In this video, we will explore the OfType method, one of the powerful tools provided by LINQ to filter and retrieve specific types from a collection. Let's dive in. The OfType method in LINQ allows you to filter a collection based on a specific type, returning only the elements that are instances of that type. This method is especially useful when you have a collection with mixed types and want to extract only the elements of a particular type for further processing or analysis. An example of using this method is when you have an array of objects that contains strings, integers, booleans, etc. If you only want to retrieve the elements from this array that are of type string, for example, you can use the OfType method. It allows you to filter and retrieve only the string elements from the array. This method has only the following overload. To use the method, you have to set the sequence you want to filter as input. You also have to set the type you want to retrieve. As output, you will get a new sequence, which contains only the elements of the given data type. So, the syntax will be as follows. Here is the sequence we want to filter. Here we have to set the type we need. For example, the following three examples. Here I use string to retrieve only the string elements from the sequence. I can also write the type in this way. It will be the same. In the second one I used integer type. I can also write it in this way. And in the last one I used boolean type. It can be also written in this way. And so on. You can set the type you need. This is how to use the OfType method. I added a text file in the resources, where you can find different statements, how to use OfType method with different data types. Let's check the following example to understand it better. Suppose I have the following array of object, which contains these elements. As you see, there are numbers and strings. Assume I want to get only the integer numbers from this array. To achieve that I can use the following query. Here I use the integer type. As output I will get the following collection, which contains only integer numbers. I can also retrieve the strings using the following query. Here I only change the type I want to retrieve. As output I will get the following collection, which contains only the string elements. Assume I am using this query to get only the boolean elements. As you see, there are no elements of type boolean present in the input array. In this case, the output will be an empty collection. So, no exception will be thrown if the type we are searching for is not available inside the collection we are filtering. This means, if you are unsure about the data types present in the collection, you have two options. You can directly use the method, which will return an empty collection, if the original collection does not contain the desired data type. Alternatively, you can first inspect the data types within the collection. Once you have identified the types present, you can then proceed to use the method accordingly. To inspect the data types within a collection you can use the following query. For example, I have the following array of object. As output, I will get the following string array, which contains the present types inside the original array. In this way I know which types I have inside the array. Let's understand what does this query mean. First I am using select method to get the type of each element inside the original array. After that I am using distinct function to get the unique values from the result. At the end I am using toArray method to convert the output to array. So, the output of this query will be of type string array. This is what does this query for, but I will explain it more in details later once we learn select and distinct methods. That's all you have to know about OfType method for now. But before ending this video, let's compare both filtering methods, where and OfType. Both methods are to filter data. Where method is to filter the data based on a condition. For example, this query, to filter the collection and retrieve only the names, which starts with letter B. OfType method is to filter the data based on a data type. For example, this query, to filter the collection and retrieve only the elements of type boolean. So, to filter a collection you can use one of both methods, depending on your need. That's all about both filtering methods.